एग्जामिनेशन के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहा है, इसी के राउंड स्टोरी बनाई थी, और फिर जाता है अपने फादर के पास और गाइडेंस आशीर्वाद लेके पेपर देने जाता है, क्लियर करता है। या एक ये भी बना सकते हैं कि बच्चा देखता है कि पापा बीमार हैं, तो वो उनके पास जाके पूछता है उनकी वेलबींग के बारे में एंड चेकअप वगैरह करवाता है पापा का। इस पे बना सकते हैं, है ना।
हाँ मतलब मैंने तो उस पे वही कैरियर ऑप्शन वाला लिखा था कि उसकी ग्रेजुएशन कंप्लीट हो गई है, तो आगे डिस्कस कर रहा है कि उसको क्या कैसे करना है, तो वही फादर एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है। And later on, his father will support him and he will do wonders in life, like we are doing.
Yes.
Move to the next one.
Great. Okay. So, gentlemen, we are proceeding. Camera on, sir.
Okay, so today's session host is going to be Sasank. Sasank, you are going to host a session and you are going to dictate on what terms and what next we are going to have. Okay, GD lecturate or whatever you are going to have. Everything will be decided by you only today.
Okay, so we are starting doing like TAT, and previously we have covered up to PPDT number 4. So now we are starting from TAT number 5. So this is our story. We will be observing this story for 30 seconds, but here we are not bounding us in time, but we will make our story as early as possible. So we are starting from TAT number 5. We will discuss it one by one. Okay, gentlemen.
Okay.
So this is our story. Let us observe it, and we will start from Anand.
Can I start?
Yes.
By Sasank Dilpigi, I think. Okay, so gentlemen, from the picture, I have perceived there is nothing like perception. So my story will be around developing a tourist spot. It will be somewhere in, I would say, a hilly area like in Himachal or in Jammu and Kashmir or to the northeastern states. So basically, it is an underdeveloped area, but it is a very attractive tourist place and tourist destination. But due to incomplete infrastructure and not so many shops and all there, so people generally visit there, but they feel it or they find very hard to accommodate there. So the person who is standing in the bridge is the main character of the story, and he might be the district development or well-being officer. So he noticed the site, he prepared the blueprint, then he discussed it all with the authorities, then also with the locals that okay, we are developing this area for the tourist destination. So you can also put up your you can put up your stalls and all. It will also generate the employment opportunities for the people living in the nearby area. And later on, people will go there. Along with that, he will also make sure to install a pollution control board there because it is a very beautiful place, and pollution can harness or damage the serenity of the of this place. So my story will be like this.
Okay. So Ankush, it's your turn.
After you, Subhang, I have to like write some actions. Thereafter, I will tell you.
Okay. So in my story, I have observed many people. Like some peoples are there around in the bottom area, right side of the bottom picture. You can see one dog and three men are there, and a boat. So I will make my story.
3 or 4 people.
I will make my story around someone who is trying to who is trying to infiltrate through mountains in a village nearby. So the person, so the main hero of my story is on the bridge. Well, 8 minutes.
If you
Okay.
find it difficult to continuously speak in English, then you can switch to Hindi and then again switch back to English.
नहीं, मेरे माइंड में जस्ट एक आइडिया देखो ये आया कि अब मैं अपने
Mhm.
आई एम मेकिंग द मेन हीरो ऑफ माय स्टोरी इज द पर्सन दैट इज स्टैंडिंग ऑन द ब्रिज, बट इफ आई एम
Remember,
मेकिंग हिम
Sasank, remember one thing. If there is no negativity soon, there is no need to add negativity by our own.
नहीं नहीं नहीं, वो तो ठीक है, दैट इज आई कंप्लीटली अंडरस्टैंड, बट
Mhm.
here's the thing that if I'm making the person as my hero, uh, wait, let me complete my story, then we will discuss it later. Right? Right?
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so the main hero of my story is the person is standing on the bridge. So he noticed that some infiltrated person are trying to infiltrate in a village. So he quickly went to the village and with his teammates, he decided to capture the infiltrators. Then then he noticed a dog is barking from the side. Uh, and generally the dog bark when they hear any fear kind of thing. Then he along with his troops who is on the boats moved, he ordered the troops to move there and get a sight from the top of the bridge. Then he catch the infiltrators and he continued the inquiry and yeah.
Okay, I got it. Now, Ankush.
So my idea is quite different. I'm taking that hero as a local who has seen that there is some lucky bridge is quite bekar. So he gathers some of the locals and try to assess the bridge, test the soil quality, and later on do all the things possible to rebuild that bridge so that it will not collapse in future. And we might also create a second path so that the movement of people would not hamper, like the establishment of boats, so that people can move from across the river. Meanwhile, building that. बाकी तो यार I need to look up the actions on Google.
ठीक है, मतलब बढ़िया है, तेरी बढ़िया है। रवि यार, तेरी स्टोरी मेरे को एक चीज नहीं सही लगी। ये तूने उसको वो बना दिया, ट्रू प्रूफ बना दिया, ठीक है। फिर डॉग डॉग तूने रखा तो उसको तूने बार्क करवा दिया, है ना। मतलब इसमें तुझे नीचे
वे-
लग रहा है कि बड़ा एकदम काम काम सा वो है सब कुछ।
मतलब आई फाउंड माई स्टोरी अ लिटिल बिट लाइक थोड़ी तो अजीब लगी मुझे भी,
We
मतलब
can
तू
बट
see.
मेरा
एक चीज मैंने वो
बट
कल बोली थी ना, SRT और ट्रैट में यही चीज देखा करो कि जो हीरो बना रहे हो उसके जगह खुद को रख के देख लो। फिर अगर तुम्हें लगे कि हाँ, फिर जो तुम कर रहे हो एक्शन सो प्रैक्टिकल है, तो फिर वही स्टोरी बनाओ, नहीं तो फिर स्विच कर दो। और अगर तुझे
अच्छा,
अभी भी तुझे लग रहा हो कि तूने वो प्रैक्टिकल स्टोरीज बनाई है, तो सही है, फिर कर सकता है तू।
टेल मी वन थिंग, हैव यू ऑब्जर्व द पेट एंड द थ्री पर्सन हियर?
हाँ हाँ भाई, आई हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड एवरीथिंग। पर्सन इन द बोट, 2 पर्सन, 3 पर्सन नियर, उसके बाद एक डॉग एकदम कॉर्नर में, 1 पर्सन स्टैंडिंग एट द ब्रिज।
सो योर आइडिया वाज अराउंड टूरिस्ट, राइट?
मतलब देख, उस ऐसा बोटिंग वगैरह कर रहे हैं, है ना। अब फिर अगर वो उसने ऊपर से उसको देख लिया होता, जैसे तूने स्टोरी बनाई, ही हैज सीन सम काइंड ऑफ infiltrators that are going to infiltrate in a nearby village or so on, and he will not be as calmly as he is seen there, okay। और फिर उसके बाद भाई तूने कब देख लिया है कि मतलब उसने तुरंत ऑर्डर भी कर दिया और पीछे से तुरंत ट्रूप्स भी आ गए बोट में बैठ के, है ना।
रैपिड टास्क फोर्स थी ना,
अरे चेवर है रैपिड टास्क फोर्स।
एक्शन इन सेकंड्स। ओके,
चल अगली बात
Anand
है।
I
bhai,
got you.
hello.
हाँ भाई।
Brief your theme again, please.
क्या?
Kindly brief your theme again. I have to write.
Okay, so my theme is basically the main character is the person who is standing in the bridge. So my story is going
In
around
30
developing a,
seconds, भाई ज़्यादा time तो नहीं ना.
हाँ
Like
हाँ,
4 5 minutes. Just say in 30 seconds.
okay, okay. So it is about developing a tourist destination in somewhere, for example, Himachal or in northern states. So basically, first of all, he will review the area, Then he will ask the higher government authorities to sanction the funds. Then he will develop the nearby area, ask the local to open the stall and ferry shops. Then the
What
tourist
is the
came into village.
designation of your hero? Designation of your hero?
He will be a district welfare officer, district development officer,
District
sorry.
well.
हाँ,
ऐसा
वेलफेयर एंड
होता भी है?
डेवलपमेंट एनीथिंग. हाँ, होता है भाई.
ठीक।
वेलफेयर डेवलपमेंट ये कुछ होता है, डीडीओ. तो बस वही है, फिर वो डेवलप करेगा और उसके बाद मतलब आसपास के लोगों को, लोकल्स को मिल जाएगा. फिर ये एक मतलब अपने आप से इनिशिएटिव जोड़ सकते हैं कि बहुत ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस है, तो यहाँ पे क्या करेंगे कि एक पॉल्यूशन बोर्ड या पॉल्यूशन रिव्यू का बोर्ड कुछ इंस्टॉल कर देंगे ताकि लोग यहाँ पे गंदगी ना फैलाएं. उनको अवेयर करने के लिए बोर्ड और पैम्पलेट्स वगैरह इंस्टॉल कर देंगे.
ठीक है, गॉट यू. So shall we move to next story?
या
Okay. Picture number 6.
भाई ये सब स्टोरीज मैं कर चुका हूँ, तो मेरे को तुरंत आइडिया आ जाता है.
That is interesting.
लेकिन इस बार पहले तुम लोग करना.
Mhm. I will start this time. Okay, so she looks like a female, or she's or this is shadow. So okay, I'm making her female. So Shrita, 24-year old, not 24, Shrita, 21-year old, lives in a remote area where the mountains and deep trenches are also there. So her village is काफी दूर है, जिससे कनेक्टिविटी काफी वहां की लो है. So she found difficulties in she found difficulties and see villagers that they found difficulties also from moving here one place to another place. So she decided to develop her area by building roads or by building infrastructure there. So she decided to uh, went to a senior officer. But before that, she, along with her villagers, found an application in which she also gets signature of the villagers. Then she went to the district officer here, where she submitted the application and tell him about the difficulties faced by villagers. Seeing this, the officer sent the team to visit there and also seen that yes, there are difficulties. So after some time the road were developed and the villagers were safe, easily got transported and their daily life activities got easier.
अंकुश भाई.
Ankush.
हाँ भाई. तो उसमें ले सकते हैं. So from the picture I perceive one character named Anand, age 21, is a um, इस क्या बोलते हैं क्या बोलते माउंटेन जो जाता है माउंटेनियर क्या बोलते हैं भाई माउंटेनियर क्या बोलते हैं भाई
माउंटेनियर. हाँ.
माउंटेनियर. So decided to go for mountaineering. Where for the same purpose he starts training himself. Do exercises. Collected. Besides he also collected some important important equipments like tools. क्या बोलते हैं hiking stick, bag, compass, map, etc. He also taken what क्या बाकी जितना आप ले सकते हैं यार whatever. बस ये थीम बनेगा बस. बाकी मैं देख लूंगा एक्सेल.
Basically, your theme is around adventure.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Anand.
so my story is basically the character is male or female, whatever it is, I will take it. So he is a he is having graduation from Allahabad University or having post graduation like MA in geography from Allahabad University, and he has founded that his college team along with his professors they are going to have a research on the different uh, topographic of desert areas and the mountain areas. So they went to the Himalayan sector. There they studied the different topographies founded by the different landforms founded by the Himalayan architecture. And thereon after that they also went to the Thar Desert area of where they studied the sand dunes, the formation of sand dunes, the formation of aeolian landform, the formation of depositional, and the formation of erosional landforms there. So all these things they compiled and make a very brief project, detailed project, and then they submitted and they got good marks in their paper or whatever it is. मतलब ये रिसर्च और प्रोजेक्ट के उस पे अराउंड है.
बेहतरीन भाई, बेहतरीन.
थैंक यू भाई.
ये तो सोच ही नहीं पाया मतलब. दैट इज अ रियली गुड स्टोरी.
भाई मनु के साथ करके मेरे को बहुत बड़ी हेल्प हुई थी, लेकिन वो मोटा भी यूपीएससी में बिजी ने उसको ले लेता सेशन में.
He came to me today. Yesterday he was saying that now I haven't matlab that much time to prepare for CDS as well because the mains is on August. I said yes, you
हाँ
continue for that.
20 अगस्त के आसपास है.
Okay, so we are
ओके सो
moving for next story, but this story, I found that Anant's story is really good. Ankush idea was around like trekking. We can
एक गुड
consider
बैंड
it
मिलता है,
also.
ठीक है. जब तो 3-4 अटेम्प्ट तुम भी दे लोगे ना, तुम भी यही स्टोरी बनाने लगोगे. तुम्हारे पहले अटेम्प्ट के हिसाब से तेरी स्टोरी बढ़िया, बस एक्शन बढ़िया डाल देना.
Hmm.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है गुड और बैड, ठीक है. उसके पहले स्टार्ट में मैं भी यही बनाता था. पहले मैं तो मैं अगर इसको माउंटेन देखता तो मैं सीधा वही बना देता, हाइकिंग वाला, माउंटेनिंग वाला, या फिर ये जो तूने
Hmm.
गाँव वाला बनाया.
Hmm.
वो धीरे धीरे जब प्रैक्टिस करते हैं तो फिर आइडियाज आते रहते हैं. अब जैसे ये जो 2 आइडियाज तुम दोनों दिए, ये आइडियाज पहले मैं स्टोरी में भी बनाता था,
Hmm.
लेकिन फिर वो हुआ ना कि सारे बंदे इसी के अराउंड स्टोरी बनाते हैं. और फिर एक चीज ये
हाँ.
होता है कि आप जिस चीज से रिलेटेड, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरा ग्रेजुएशन में ज्योग्राफी था, अगर मैं उसके अराउंड स्टोरी बनाऊंगा तो ये हो जाएगा ना कि एक वो क्या होता है,
कि
सेल्फ
you
सेल्फ
have
ओरिएंटेड
studied
स्टोरी हो
and
गई.
yes, 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 yes.
सेल्फ ओरिएंटेड वाला सिस्टम हो जाता है, तो वो मतलब बेहतर रहता है. मैंने वही अपना वही पढ़ा और उसी के एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड पे स्टोरी बना दी.
Hmm.
ये चीज है. चलो फिर अगली.
Okay, so we are moving to story number 7. Uh, I will show this story. Everyone will observe for around 30 second, 40 second approx. Then I will like जैसे मैंने zoom किया था, same I will zoom it है ना.
कर दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
तो मेमोराइजम पकड़ थोड़ी सी तो improve होगी. Okay, so we are moving to next story. Yes.
ये ले आ गई माउंटेनियरिंग की. अब सुन, अब देख, जैसे उसने अंकुश ने पिछले माउंटेनियरिंग बना दी थी, इस पे भी वही सेम है. तो अब मतलब ये दिक्कत हो जाती है ना कि इसलिए एक स्टोरी, एक पिक्चर कम से कम 2 से 3 थीम होनी चाहिए. या पता तुम पिछली कोई
Yes.
चिपका चुके हो और
Yes.
फिर
Yes.
लगातार तो माउंटेनियरिंग हो जाएगी ना, तो इसलिए.
Okay, this time Ankush will start, right?
Gentlemen, I want to copy the previous thing on this picture also,
Hmm.
as I'm not getting any other idea.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay, Anant.
Okay, so Sasank, who is 25 years old, he along with his some friends, plan to have a trekking, or they plan to, climb a mountain. That is the Mount Everest. Let's suppose the Mount Everest. So
Okay.
they went there, they registered themselves for the mountaineering, and they also enrolled for the practice. They have 2 or 3 sessions before climbing the mountains. They studied all the patterns of climate change, weather patterns going upwards to the height. Then they have taken important things like rope, torch, oxygen cylinder. and they have checked twice that every gear and every essential items is there with them. Then they start trekking. At starting, they felt or it was difficult for them to climb, but Satan kept motivated their friends, and they just kept climbing and climbing and climbing. And after some time, they make it to the Everest. After reaching at the Everest, they felt very happy, and they felt very happy and lively, and also they also promise to plan trips like these in future as well.
Mm.
Okay, bhai.
My story was of similar kind also. So should I deliver it or?
Yeah, you should deliver it. It will help in confidence boosting.
But one thing, have you noticed the rope that is lying there?
हाँ, that is all the important gear I would say.
So,
देख रोप है उसके बाद ये लोग कुछ सूप टाइप भी पी रहे हैं इधर साइड राइट में देख तू
hmm.
उसके बाद वो ग्लासेस वगैरह भी हैं उसके बाद वो एक
I mean,
फावड़ा
it's
नहीं होता
looking
वो
like a camera there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm also like observe the same that is looks like the camera,
कैमरा कहाँ पे
camera or mic something mic, but maybe it's soup also. Okay, so okay, so Anant or
हम्म
Aman 22nd year 22-year old. Wait. Aman 22-year old college student who decided to who decided in summer vacation to no who decided to have a trek camp along with his schoolmates college mates. So he gathered some peoples with him. Then he went for a few days training to how to climb on mountains. After the training and with proper equipments and the luggage, he along with his teammates booked the ticket for the mountains. He went there with his friends and started trekking. When he was trekking along the way, he found that some kinds of cold breeze are moving. So he decided to rest there, where they built camp and they took rest for some time. After having refreshment and having some food, they along started their journey to trekking, and they completed the journey and end up with the home and decided to do such more interesting trip along in the future also.
सही था तूने जो रोप वाला बोला उसको तूने कवर कर लिया कैंप वगैरह लगा के
वही चीज.
चल अगली पे चल
Okay, so
Next.
we are going to next story, story number 8.
Hmm.
Okay, so who will start? I am.
Anand bhai, Anand.
Okay, Anant.
and then ले लेना भाई so gentlemen
हाँ भाई.
two characters are shown in the picture
Hmm.
so basically Sasank is going for a debate competition in his college
Hmm.
and it is also going to be attended by his family members and other staff, teachers, staff as well. So he was very hurry, and so his mother asked him to, have some breakfast, and also reminded him of rechecking all the important documents and all the important, entry passes and all to
Hmm.
participate in the debate competition. So he stopped, have breakfast, checked the essential items, and then left by taking his family. On reaching the spot, He performed really well along with his teammates, and he have given logical points and reasoning to support his statement. And in this way, he emerged victorious in the debate competition. He and his family felt very happy about him.
Very good, gentlemen.
Ankush, it's your turn.
My story is quite negative.
Okay.
I'm saying before telling it. Our neighbor seen that a certain fire broke out in the beside house, so he approached the nearby person. So that hero means Sasang Bhai. Sasang immediately taken step and uh, call on the yeah बोल सकते हैं, call on the people to bring water from their home. Meanwhile, also call the fire police. Uh, uh, Besides, they also use the sand nearby to put put off the fire and safely evacuate the people who are stuck there, etc. etc. I know it is quite negative and very bad thing.
मतलब इसमें
मतलब
थोड़ा सा प्रैक्टिकल कह सकते हैं क्योंकि वो थोड़ा रस में भी था तो बना सकते हैं, लेकिन फिर वही चीज है ना कि उसमें कुछ दिखाया नहीं गया कि कहीं पे जैसे
फायर जैसा
तूने
कुछ
वो
था नहीं एग्जैक्टली।
हम्म,
थोड़ा सा इफ देयर वाज सम काइंड ऑफ स्मोक or anything like that, then we can make it
Like from the
around it.
window, I was seeing like something light, yellow sa. So I thought that
Okay, okay,
भाई
okay.
विंडो के बाहर तो सिर्फ पेड़ लगा, मुझे सिर्फ पेड़ दिखा विंडो के बाहर।
Yeah, I also
पेड़
seen
के
only
पीछे
tree there.
quite येलो लाइट आ रही थी ना, तो मुझे लगा भाई फायर होगा. Anand भाई, how you get so much so good things? Are you
भाई
recommended?
It takes
I have
3 4
practiced a lot
hours.
यार, I have already
Are
given
you
two attempts.
recommend?
I
I
am
also have
planning to
Okay,
given
get
two.
okay, Sam.
Yeah,
Then we should move to next story. We will discuss it later, right? At the end of TAT, we will discuss like how to prepare it, right, Anand?
hmm,
Okay. So in my story, I made the main lead as of the lady.
okay,
So okay. So Srishti, Srishti, 24-year-old, working as a lady nurse in a hospital, which is far, like for 15 to 20 kilometers away from his village. One day, after returning from his hospital, Amin approaches her, saying that his father is got panicked attack and is unconscious. So he didn't decided what to do. So he rushed to the lady nurse. Then she went to the his father, uh, given her early treatment, and along with what she knew, she get that unconscious man into get back to conscious. The man thanks to her, and the person was saved.
हाँ इसमें तो ये भी ऐड कर
I
सकता है,
think
तो
this
देन
is
he advised him to went to the hospital
बिकॉज
and have more precaution checkups.
इसका जो दुपट्टा है वो थोड़ा वैसा ही दिख रहा है, ड्रेस थोड़ी कुछ वैसी, सो आई फाउंड इट लाइक दैट। ओके, रेस्ट या वी कैन मेक एनीथिंग।
But I think in this SSB we generally take male as like male collector if we are male and
नो
female when
नो
we
नो,
are when.
दिस इज नॉट
देख
दी
देख सुन सुन,
लाइक।
मैं इसमें बताता हूँ रवि। इससे मतलब तू मतलब वो सही कह रहा है कि अगर हम मेल हैं तो अगर मेल एक्शन करने के मोड पे है तो हमें मेल को ही एज अ मेन लीड लेनी चाहिए। तो इस पे तू एक स्टोरी ये बना सकता है कि ये जो मेल आदमी है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इसका नाम शशांक है, ठीक है, तो ही इज इन हिज हाउस और ये जो लेडी है बगल में, ये वो है, बगल वाले घर से आई है, ठीक है। तो हर फादर या एनी मेंबर ऑफ हिज फैमिली हैज गॉट अ हार्ट अटैक और पैनिक अटैक समवेयर समवॉट लाइक दैट, सो ही रश टू हिज नेबर्स हाउस who is a practitioner or who is doing MBBS in the nearby medical college or whatever it is. So he just फिर वो उसको जाता है उसके घर, then he will give some heart pumps and also make him
Wait, I
come
I
back.
perceived it wrong, यार. I perceived it wrong. मतलब the tree is outside the house. The person is
तुझे
inside.
क्या
The
लगा?
main character is inside the house, and
तुझे क्या लगा?
the lady
घर
is
के
working.
अंदर.
घर के अंदर नहीं लगा, उसे लगा पेड़ उसमें लगा, सीनरी लगी है।
No, no. I मतलब before narrating my story, I observed the same, but after narrating it, I narrated differently.
भाई 30 seconds आर गिवन फॉर दिस ओनली. 2 बार
Yeah, yeah,
स्क्रीनिंग भेज चुकी है, कर रहा हूँ मैं.
yeah, got it, yeah. That was a blunder. मतलब instead of that lady, if I had made the male character as my hero, then it would go perfectly.
या.
Hmm. Okay, so
ओके
we are
सो
moving
मूव
to
टू
the
द
And
next
नेक्स्ट
gentlemen,
story.
स्टोरी.
your team was hello.
Yes,
हाँ
yes.
भाई.
Your team was around debate ना? क्या था?
या डिबेट.
Okay.
Okay,
कॉल
so
इट
we are
डिबेट.
proceeding to next story. Okay,
नेक्स्ट पिक्चर जेंटलमैन.
okay. So this is our story number 9.
खत्म भाई, इसमें यार आइडिया आ गया. क्या ही है, वो मार रहा उसको बचा लेगा, ये इसमें स्टोरी पे, ये सबसे इजी स्टोरी होती है. अच्छा
और इसमें
सुन
क्या
लो रेमी.
बोलोगे भाई?
ओके सो
एक्टिंग कर
बोथ
रहा है.
ऑफ यू टेल मी हु इज गोइंग टू बी द मेन मेन कैरेक्टर हियर.
The person
द
in
पर्सन.
between,
द पर्सन.
the person who is in between the both person.
ओके. एंड अंकुश.
I also agree with gentlemen.
भाई आई डिफर फ्रॉम बोथ ऑफ यू. इसमें देखो मैं क्या स्टोरी बनाता. एक an intruder went into the house or a thief or somewhere like that. Then Ajay, who is 25-year old, he is inside his house. He encountered with Ajay's father, and he make him unconscious. But after hearing the sound, Ajay went to the staircase and he saw what he has been doing with his father. So he take a hockey stick or anything
Hmm.
like that, and he just smashed on his, you know, head or whatever it is. Then he also felt unconscious. Then he informed. Then he asked his neighbors to help him and called the police and amplified the situation.
Okay,
No,
we will
negotiated the
also make
situation.
similar kind of a story, but one thing, the stick is too small. He cannot use it like a
Why
big stick
it is
to
not? It is not. It is not supposed to be a stick also. Na? It is some kind of a rod. You know,
rod.
a
Okay,
small
iron
rod.
rod type of thing.
हम्म.
Uh,
तो ये बता, अगर सुन तू मेरी बात, अगर तू उसको
hmm,
हीरो बनाएगा बीच वाले को, तो
hmm.
पीछे वाले को क्या विलन बनाएगा? तो पीछे वाला एक को मार के ऑलरेडी गिरा चुका है, उसको भी उसने मार दिया, तो तू बचाए कैसे खुद को?
नहीं मार पाएगा ना. मूवी नहीं देखी साउथ इंडियन वाली?
भाई वो उसके पैर देख, वो एकदम गिरने वाला है, बीच वाला जिसको हीरो
Yeah,
बना रहे तुम
it
लोग.
okay. I perceived it like he is holding the stairs, but he is not holding the stair. He is about to fall on the ground.
हम्म. और पीछे वाला देख, उसने ऐसे
While
हाथ किया कि
falling, he
जैसे
will.
उसने अटैक किया हो.
The person
अब
on the
ऐसे कर
back is
सकते हैं ना. While falling, he attacked back with his leg.
हाँ भाई, मिथुन चक्रवर्ती लाइक.
सही है. तुम भाई बहुत अच्छे अच्छे थीम दे रहे हो साले. तुम रिकमेंड क्या नहीं होता, स्क्रीन आउट हो जाता.
भाई स्टोरी तक पहुंच ही नहीं पाता हूँ.
कोई नहीं
अरे
भाई, इस
अंकुश
बार
यार,
हो जाओगे.
यू आर नॉट. मतलब एक कोई और लड़का है, उसका यूपीएससी प्री है, ठीक है. अगर वो होता ना, तो फिर भाई वो ऐसे ऐसे आइडियाज, ऐसे ऐसी थीम्स देता ना, ये साला. भाई वो एकदम साइकोलॉजिस्ट के दिमाग से चलता है वो. उसी बंदे ने मेरा सही किया है, मैंने उसके साथ महीने भर किया लगभग.
so how Manu improved this?
भाई पता नहीं वो साला कैसे करता है. उसके पास एक तो देख एक्सपोजर ज्यादा है, ठीक है.
Hmm.
उसके बाद फिर एक, मतलब मैं ये कहूंगा कि जैसे मैं आइडियाज जल्दी पिक कर ले रहा हूँ ना, तो पहले अगर मैं होता तो मैं भी पहले बीच वाले को हीरो बनाता. लेकिन
Hmm.
फिर मैंने उसको ध्यान से ऑब्जर्व किया. उसने मतलब जो चीजें मैं तुमको बता रहा हूँ, वही चीजें उसने मेरे को बताई
Hmm.
कि भाई तू देख, वो एक्शन करने के मोड पे नहीं है. और फिर अगर वो दो गिर गए, एक ऑलरेडी गिरा पड़ा हुआ है, दूसरा भी अगर गिर गया, तो फिर कौन बचाएगा इन दोनों को? इससे इससे तो वो मार के चला जाएगा. तो हमें हीरो ऐसे आदमी बनाना है ना, कि वो मतलब कोई एक्शन कर सके वहां पे.
Hmm.
तो उस स्टोरी पे मतलब यही कि ठीक है, उसने एक को नेगोशिएट कर दिया या फिर
Hmm.
वो कॉम्प्रोमाइज हो गया. लेकिन दूसरा वाला जब आया, उसने पीछे देखा तो उसके पास एक लोहे का रॉड था या वुडन स्टिक, या कुछ भी ले लो भाई, ठीक है. तो उसने पीछे से
Hmm.
अटैक किया, तो ही फेल्ट ऑन द ग्राउंड एंड ही बिकम अनकॉन्शियस. उसके बाद फिर उसने पहले थ्रू, अब हमने इतना कर लिया तो पहले हम डायरेक्ट पुलिस को बुलाएंगे नहीं, ठीक है. हम आसपास अपने नेबर्स की हेल्प मांगेंगे. वी कॉल द नेबर्स, यू नो Then we captivated him, tied him with the knots, and then the police arrived. Then we hand him to the police. Or later form, we will also ensure that not only, क्योंकि एक हमें ये भी दिखाना पड़ेगा ना कि वो खिड़की से घुसा कि दरवाजे से घुसा कि पहले साइड घुस के बैठा था, तो हमें ये भी इंश्योर करना पड़ेगा कि all our windows and doors should be, you know, completely off when we are not in the home. ऐसा कुछ.
Hmm.
मतलब देख, मैंने तेरे को कन्विंस किया, तू मुझे कन्विंस कर दे, तुम दोनों मुझे कन्विंस कर दो कि बीच वाला हीरो हो सकता है, तो मैं मान जाऊंगा. मतलब ये होता है ना.
समझ रहा. गुड. हाँ.
तो अगर हो गया तो फिर आगे चलते हैं. इस पे तो भाई वही स्टोरी है कि वो गिर गया तो पुलिस बचा लेंगे, तो उसे पुलिस को पकड़ा देंगे. और एक चीज हमें याद रखना कि कानून को अपने हाथ में नहीं लेना है.
हाँ, यस.
ये चीज वहां पे बताई थी कोचिंग में. तुम्हारा बस ये है कि एक बार अगर उसको तुमने नेगोशिएट कर दिया, तो फिर यू हैव टू टेक द हेल्प ऑफ द सिविल अथॉरिटीज दैट आर देयर टू हेल्प यू. ऐसा नहीं करोगे तुम उसको छत से फेंक रहे हो, उसको मार रहे हो जान से, है ना. मोहल्ले
Yeah,
वाले
yes.
मिलकर उसको मार रहे
And make him unconscious, but do not like जान से ही मार दो उसे.
हो.
Okay, so we have to do interview questions, right? We have done 5 stories. One,
Hey, how many stories are done?
3, 4, 5 stories. We had covered 5 stories.
टोटल कितनी 9 हो गई.
9.
Total 9.
एक और करते हैं, 10 करते हैं, तो डेली की 5 करेंगे.
क्या कुत्ता है भाई? अनंत भाई काय बोल रहे हो यार? Anand, why are you barking?
भाई यार, I'm not getting recommended that for the reason I'm barking.
You are not even getting female like me.
Yeah, and I'm also barking because you haven't wished me on Father's Day.
Wait just 5
I want
minutes.
to wish you on Valentine's Day, bhai. You will be my future wife.
No, yaar. I want to be
I
you.
want to marry you.
Okay. Proposal accepted.
So on next Valentine we will have a marriage, virtual
Okay.
marriage, and
Yeah.
after
Virtual
getting
marriage. So
recommended, we will have.
first of all get my phone recharged first.
Once you fulfill my expectation, then I will.
What expectations you have? Come here to my city and fulfill all your expectations.
I have some expectations, but I will not tell you here. Let's
Okay,
be.
where is Sadan? Okay, let's move to the next story. Next
Okay,
picture, I will say.
let's move to next TAT.
भाई कहाँ गायब हो जाता है.
आ गया. This is our next story.
ये आई रंग की, बताओ इस पे क्या बनाओ इस पे आर्मी वाले जैसा बनाने.
Depends on the picture, I perceive any character. The main character is one who is lying on the ground with a gun. So he's a lieutenant in the Indian Army. He got an operation. Hello.
हाँ भाई सुन रहा, बोलता रहे.
He got a mission to neutralize the enemy at a specific location. So he firstly gathered all the his teammates, tell them about the operation, give them about the positions. Later on, went on the uh, location, take cover while firing. He also maintain like ensure the safety of the teammates, and with precision firing he neutralized some enemies. Later on, evacuated his team members safely and completed the mission. Thank you.
रंग भाई.
You deliver first, then I will.
Okay, so he is Captain Sasank Singh Gautam in Indian Army, who was posted in Baramulla district of Jammu Kashmir. He got an intel of, he got an intel of 2 or 3 terrorists in a nearby area who have been, who have been making 3 or 4 civilians as a hostage in a home. So as he got the intel, he make a quick response team, went to the area. He has surrounded the house. Then he has evacuated the civilians, and then he has made 2 or 3 teams that went one by one into the house. They cleared all the floors of the house, and later on, they just confronted and you know they neutralized all the terrorists. And yeah, all the mission is completed now. वो भी ऐड कर दूंगा कि हाँ दे he also he also maintain or he also ensured the safety and security of his fellow personals, and he has lead the operation. मतलब लीड उसी ने किया है, उसके बाद बिना किसी कैजुअलिटी के ही न्यूट्रलाइज ही कंप्लीटेड द ऑपरेशन. हेलो.
Yes.
हो गया भाई.
Okay, so my story will be around like some. Therefore, I will make same story also around some. This is the village, or I can say house of an eminent important person. Some some kind of thief or a person with the heavy like weapons get inside their house. Then the knowing this the what we can make him police or
भाई any
anything.
police officer you can make. Okay.
Hmm.
मतलब it depends
By
on area, whether he is in valley or he is in
hmm.
any civilian area.
So by knowing this,
उसके
up Anand along with his friend Ankush went there, and uh, they moved inside slowly by hiding from the miscreants inside the house. Mm, They went there, captured those, and took into the custody and saved that house and the person who is inside the house.
भाई तूने मुझे और
So,
अंकुश को भेज दिया, हमारे पास कोई वेपन वगैरह दिया कि नहीं दिया तूने? ऐसे ही भेज दिया.
ये है ना, यू हैव वन गन टाइप की है और जिसे तुम खोद खोद के जा रहे हो. दीज आर थिंग, बट
भाई
मुझे
देख,
मेंशन करनी चाहिए थी. दैट इज माय मिस्टेक.
you should have easily made it as an army oriented story, जिसमें आर्मी नहीं थी उसमें आर्मी घुसेड़ देता है, जिसमें एकदम क्लियरली हम बना सकते हैं उसको बना. तूने ऐसे सीन्स कितनी मूवीज में देखी होगी, कश्मीर
बहुत
तूने
मूवी में
हमेशा
देखे.
देखा होगा. फिर पुलिस पुलिस क्यों बना रहा है फर्जी में? आराम से बनाना. अभी जब वो हुआ था 2019 में, वो हुआ था पुलवामा, उसके बाद 2 अपने शहीद हुए थे, कैप्टन पवन कुमार और एक और कैप्टन थे विभूति नारायण डोंडियाल. उनके बिल्कुल सेम यही इसी टाइप का हाउस था, पूरे में जंगल था और ऐसी सर्च और कोऑर्डिनेशन ऑपरेशन हुआ था. हालांकि वो दोनों लोग मारे गए थे, लेकिन ऐसी इमेज आई थी न्यूज चैनल वगैरह में देखी थी. तो मतलब तो ऐसे ही बनाना. उसमें तो क्या पुलिस वुलिस मिसक्रिएंट, उसके बाद दे वेंट दे रेस्क्यूड, ये सब क्या हो? सीधे जाओ मार दो खत्म करो. एटलीस्ट बोलो सीधे क्या मिसक्रिएंट्स और चीफ बोल रहा है.
क्या बोला तुमने, क्या बोला था?
मैंने इनको टेररिस्ट बोला था.
टेररिस्ट.
और भाई देख वो प्रॉपर कवर लिए हुए, मतलब कि उधर से भी इनकमिंग फायर या कुछ ऐसा आ सकता है. तो पहले हम क्या करते हैं, आर्मी जब पहले जाती है तो व्हाट दे जनरली डू, दे जस्ट start the search and coordinate operation, then they evacuate the area completely without letting the terrorists know. Even if they accidentally know about it, then they just surround the house from where the fire came, and then they just start the operation. If there is someone in the house, they just clear floor by floor. If there are any civilians, they just make them, you know, went outside the house. And after all, if they don't surrender or if they don't, if they matlab, ensure that there are no civilians left in the house, then they just don't go on direct fire to firefight. They just drop a bomb or something like that, and they just explode the whole house.
But if it's civilian property, why will they damage the civilian property?
By
They will
many
not
times
explode the
it
house.
has happened. Na? They will not fight at the expense of an officer's life. Civilian house
Generally,
can
this
be built by
happened
giving
at the
them funds and
terrorist.
all.
Yeah, but generally this happened when the base camp or this is a terrorist kind of camp. Then they went and put the bombing here.
For example,
And
there is only one entry and they are at the upper floor. ठीक है? And if anyone is going, they are just firing at that only one entry point. Then what will you do? You are just if you even just go there and 10, 15 soldiers, 5 or 7 soldiers got martyred, or 5 or 7 soldiers got hit, then there is no point even in evacuating those terrorists. So the safest point is just to throw a tactical bomb, to kill them. Even if not the whole house is dismantled, just dismantle the top floor where they have been operating from.
Okay, justified.
ठीक है हो गया ये दो स्टोरीज
Okay,
चुकी
so
थी लास्ट वाली
so now we have to do interview questions.
इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस क्यों करेंगे इंटरव्यू के लिए हमने कल बात कर ली थी इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस वी हैव टू डू on our own. Our interviews will be individual interviews will be taken by two of them, and the schedule will be given a day or two prior before the interview.
So what next?
What next? This will be decided by our today's group coordinator
So
or
okay,
the
we
host.
have covered
Today,
5 stories. So let's end this session.
Okay, and no GD and lecture what I have said yesterday.
Uh, GD and lecturette.
Hmm. भाई बच मत
No, it's not about escaping. We
escaping
had we
escaping. अच्छा चल
escaping यार
सुनो
ESCAP.
मैं वो कर लेता हूँ एक जीडी टॉपिक लेते हैं उस पर
हाँ
डिस्कस
GD
करते हैं फिर
टॉपिक.
खत्म करते हैं ठीक है
Let us take a GD
लेकिन
topic.
भाई लेक्चरेट कर लूंगा मैं बता रहा हूँ मैं ऐसे नहीं छोड़ूंगा तुझको एक मिनट रुको मैं ढूंढ लूँ चलो
I have a GD topic. If you want, I can give.
व्हाट
I have a GD topic, भाई. मैं
ओके
देता हूँ
हाँ
ना.
तो बोल ना भाई यू कैन ऑल्सो राइट इट और यू जस्ट स्पीक
क्या यार? Have believe in me.
ओए जीत टॉपिक बोल रहा है
हम्म.
इसको बोल रहा हूँ उसको जीडी टॉपिक बोल रहा है ये लिख रहा है
हाँ वेट चाहिए तो थोड़ा वेट कर लो.
I had also some kind of GD topics
भाई जिसको मिल जाए
uh,
बोल दो
that are asked in recent SSBs.
बोल दे भाई
बोल दीजिए. मुझे मिल भी नहीं रहा.
देखो for lecture topic we have Operation Brahma, Indian Vision for a Blue Economy. नहीं मतलब I'm sending it on our group. ठीक है lecture के topics.
सर्विस these are the lecture topics.
Yes.
We
भाई
want a GD
लेक्चरेट
topic,
टॉपिक तो
भाई.
मैंने भेजे थे बे ये सब मत पढ़ मतलब ये भी पढ़ लेकिन और बताता हूँ
These are recent.
मेरी एजेंसी कहाँ पे है एयरफोर्स का नहीं स्पेसिफिक भोपाल का है तीनों बोर्ड का अच्छा तो सुनो ऐसे ही डिस्कस करते हैं व्हाट डू यू गाइस अंडरस्टैंड बाय ब्लू इकोनॉमी बाय द टर्म ब्लू इकोनॉमी
The economy that is thriving.
व्हाट
The economy that is thriving despite the global disruptors, or we can say.
blue economy I am asking
Gentlemen, I
blue
have a
economy
topic. Let's finally I found the topics. So let's discuss. So the topic is what does GST system in India impact the most? Lifestyle, enforcement, or growth? If
Sorry.
you don't like
क्या
the topic, we can move on to next topic.
टॉपिक क्या था तेरा
What
व्हाट
does
डज क्या
what does GST system in India impact the most? Lifestyle,
जीएसटी
growth,
सिस्टम
and third option is yes. If you don't like,
ओके
we can move on to next topic. I have many topics.
By choose some geopolitical topic.
Okay, great.
Okay, I have a one topic. I will share two topics, whichever you like. Okay. First one is tourism is increasing in world due to awareness, job availability. Something was there. Oh, sorry. ये option ही भूल गया वो. Second GD, small scale business is suffering due to first demand, second competition, third management.
I have a very important topic, a very recent development. Geopolitics. Which of these countries is benefiting the most from Middle East crisis? US, China, or Russia?
ठीक है.
करता ही
You
थी
will.
भाई.
Mhm. So the
Hello.
topic is.
US, China, or Russia. Okay. So, gentlemen, in my perspective, I think the country that is benefiting the most from the Middle East crisis is basically China, because China has been, getting an edge over USA, because USA's military personals and military weapons are being getting used in the Middle East crisis. And if China in future ever tried to, invade Taiwan, then it will be a very easy, and the US is much weaker in terms it was before the Iran US Iran conflict. So China is getting much more benefited from this Iran and US war.
what you say is right. I agree with you, but we also see that Russia is also getting very much advantages from. Ankush, yeah, please repeat your topic once again.
By who is getting most
Topic
benefited by the
is
Iran US war?
From
US
Iran
China
US
or
war.
US China or Russia?
Okay, I think Russia is getting major advantage after this Iran US war, or in between this Iran US war, because from the side of the Black Sea, or Black Sea पड़ता है ना वहाँ पे,
टर्की के पास.
जो ईरान एंड रशिया कनेक्ट करता है.
हाँ हाँ.
Okay, from the side of Black Sea,
नहीं,
Russia
ब्लैक
is
सी नहीं पड़ता यार. तारिक, कैस्पियन
Dead
सी पड़ता
Sea,
है.
Caspian Sea.
हम्म.
Okay. So from by using Caspian Sea, the Russians are also transporting weapons to Iran, which is boosting their defense defense of Russia. Also, Iran is giving.
बोल बोल चुका क्या भाई?
नहीं नहीं बोल नहीं चुका हूँ. रशिया. I got messed. Yeah, I
Okay,
was saying
gentlemen,
that.
I completely understand your topic, but if you have to look at the current dynamics, Russia is also currently involved in a war with Ukraine, and it is a much prolonged war than the US and Iran war. So Russia is already fighting its own battle in its own backyard. So even if Russia is getting a percentage share in selling the oil, then it is a much it is not a much bigger deal as we compare it with China, because China is benefiting in all sectors. China's trade is getting boosted. China's all supplies, they all coming from Russia as well as from Iran, and Iran is also selling the oil at the lowest prices because of the sanctions of the US and the United Nations to the other world countries who have been exporting the oil from Iran. In this way, if we have to look at Russia, Russia has already been involved in a war, and Russia's major economic portion has been getting compromised due to the direct confrontation of Iran, due to the direct confrontation with Ukraine.
We
But
yes, we
gentlemen, I
have
think
seen.
China has the most population. Hello. So
Yes,
gentlemen, I
yes.
think China is already having a lot of population. The amount of oil it saved, it generally used for the self for purpose. Despite this, the middle crisis, from my perspective, is benefiting the China, benefiting the USA. Since although the damage has also been seen in the US economy, but we can see that USA has already captured the Venezuela oil. So the Middle East crisis is actually diverting the oil export from Middle East region to the USA. Since India is also planned to acquire the oil from USA, and other countries also in the in the European region are also trying to divert its import of oil from the USA. So I think although that USA has faced some backlash, but it at the same time is also benefit from the Middle East crisis.
Gentlemen, I bit differ from you. in terms of US getting benefited from the Middle East crisis. Because if we look at the recent concluded uh, peace proposal that has been signed at the G7 summit in France, in Avian, France, so it has already sanctioned $300 billion to Iran, and it will also concluded that Iran will just only neutralize its uh, enriched uranium, and all other things will continue. There is no compromise on the ballistic missiles. There is no compromise on all other things. Iran just has to neutralize its own enriched uranium. And if we have to look, US has lost billions of dollars in its in its whole Middle East crisis, in its whole mission. And US has also burnt its whole air defenses. And US armory has been you know left to, I would say, 60-70% has been already used in the conflict. So US has lost a lot, and US has it will take a lot of time for US to rebuild all its arsenals again.
Gentlemen, I think that what my point I was trying to mention that time, that Russia has also benefit very much from this war, because after Iran choking the Strait of Hormuz, that from where the world's approx 20% of the oil supply came, the now the Russia also get that edge after that time. It started importing more oils to more countries, uh, and directly benefit from that, and which boost their economic supply to to get in war with Ukraine.
But gentlemen, if we have to look at, if we look at continent-wise, the export of Russian oil, Europe is still not purchasing any oil from Russia. Africa has their own oil, and if the countries they have don't their own, they even don't have their own oil, then they are not much bigger economies like India and China are. If we have to look at the South America, they have their own oil, and North America, there is no question about that. That North America fulfill their oil needs at their own. Let's move to
So Russia,
Australia. Australia fulfills oil demands on their own. If we have to look at some countries, then India, China, and some Asian countries are there. And Russia has already been selling that oil to those countries even before the conflict has started. So Russia is benefited, but the scale of being benefited for China is much more than Russia and China. No, than Russia and US.
Yes, sir. वही सही लीड ले लिया यार, फालतू फंस गया। नहीं यार, नहीं चाइना ही है बेनिफिट कर रहा है, फालतू का बोल दिया मैंने। आई डोंट हैव एनी काउंटर पॉइंट।
Okay, so gentlemen, let's end the GD and let's come to discuss 3, 4, 5 minutes whatever points we have with this conflict. Okay, we are not discussing or we are not giving any points regarding anyone. We just are giving the point that we have in our minds right now. So basically, the points that I want to deliver is China's China has no economic backlash. Okay, they are
yes,
purchasing the oil as they were purchasing before the conflict. China's economy is growing at rapid speed. Plus, China has also, encountered US in the rare earths sector as well. And US has retaken its air defenses shield from Taiwan and South Korea to the Middle East. It makes those regions in the Indo-Pacific more vulnerable to China and North Korea. So in this regard, China is also getting benefited because China has animosity against Taiwan, and China has also good relations with North Korea. So this is also one factor that China is getting more benefited because and there are certain reports that suggest that US has already lost its 60 or 70% of air defense system because they are
yeah,
built at very
that
high
war
cost,
is
and Iran has been using very cheap drones to neutralize
cheap
their air
drones to
defense system.
demolish them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, if I have to rate these things, in my perspective, China is the first, Russia is second, and the US is third. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know how Ankush has said that US is getting most benefited by all this.
we have seen that US, the
I was I was
many
trying to
fighter
become a
jets.
devil's advocate.
नहीं इट्स टोटली ओके भाई अगर तीन लोग हैं तीनों अलग अलग पॉइंट्स ले रहे हैं तो फिर ठीक है सबके अलग
So
अलग परफेक्ट रिजल्ट मिलेंगे ना
that is, yeah, that is beneficial for us also. But like वो China वाला part तो your was सही है एकदम कि चाइना बेनिफिट हो रहा है उससे.
China is just eating 5 star and doing nothing, still getting benefited.
या आफ्टर दैट दैट ईरान यूएस वॉर, चाइना आंख से आंख मिला के यूएस से बात कर रहा है. और
Recently, we have seen in the recently concluded meeting of Donald Trump and Xi Jinping. Donald Trump has been following its own allies, and he has been giving warm welcomes and warm, huge respect to the enemies or the uh, nation that has been not very friendly with US. They are giving him a great respect. So this is what US has lost. US is very vulnerable at this time.
यस यस यस.
ठीक है भाई, फिर अगर और
ग्रेट
किसी के पास कोई पॉइंट्स हो
ग्रेट.
तो बोल सकते हैं.
If you want any other topic,
I
I
have a
have
confusion. I have a confusion that
non-geopolitical topics.
Yeah,
does
bro,
Russia
bro.
imports oil from Iran?
Why will Russia import oil? Russia is one of the largest oil exporter in the world.
Hmm.
But Russia is helping Iran in exporting its own oil via the Caspian Sea route.
Why using its boats, na?
Yeah, shadow fleets. They
Or
called it shadow
shadow
fleets.
fleets. Shadow fleets. Yes. Okay. Okay. So, मतलब मेरे दिमाग में वही एक चीज था. I have seen in news that recently I had seen in news that Russia's oil that is coming from Iran. So basically, that
Hmm.
was Iran's oil which is coming on the ships of Russia,
Hmm.
which is used to
Like these
use.
countries, Russia and US and
Hmm.
Venezuela, these countries are one of the largest oil producer in the world. और
But
OPEC के जो
Venezuela,
कंट्रीज मेंबर हैं. हाँ हाँ, बोल.
Venezuela has the largest amount of the oil capacity, or that is oil stored with them.
303 million barrel oils.
Exactly. And after that, I think Russia came, or the Middle East country.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I think Saudi Arabia is at second. Let me check. Top five countries.
Venezuela, then Saudi Arabia, then Iran, then Canada, then Iraq, then UAE. Russia is
Hmm.
on ninth number. They
And
have
Iraq.
Russia has a reserves of around 80 billion barrels. Venezuela has
Venezuela with
303
303.
billion barrels. After that, Saudi
Iran has
Arabia with
208.
257 billion. Iran has 208 billion barrels. Canada has, you have seen that Canada is nowhere. You generally do not see Canada in news, है ना?
Because I think Canada's infrastructure is not that much developed as far as oil exporting concerned. Because
Yeah.
Canada, most of the reason is at the Arctic side. Okay.
Hmm.
Russia has that technology, and Russia का भी most oil they used to extract from the Arctic side, from their oceans and all. And Canada, मतलब Canada में, if you look, the southern part is basically for human habitats, and that part is also very much cold. And the upper part of Canada is almost inhabitable. मतलब वहाँ रह नहीं सकता कोई.
Hmm.
So that could also be the reason of which
Uh,
Canada is not even a bigger economy as we compare it to other economies in the world.
या मतलब एक चीज से डेवलप होने से सारी चीजें तो नहीं कम वो हो सकती ना कवर.
Mm-hmm.
वही वाला सीन है यहाँ पे. Okay, so I think this is all about today's session.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So tomorrow we will again discuss five uh, TAT stories, and we will do tomorrow lecture it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Lecture it tomorrow.
Okay, random three topics will be there. Okay, we will discuss it tomorrow. Okay.
एंड ये जानते हो तुम लोग कि इंडिया सबसे ज्यादा ऑयल किससे एक्सपोर्ट करता है?
India is exporting its major oil from Saudi Arabia or Kuwait,
इराक.
Iraq.
भाई ये मैंने पिछली बार पढ़ा था, सीरियस वाले.
Okay, okay.
Gentlemen, you have a very good geopolitical knowledge. So you must go
भाई
for the
दैट्स द
IFS
रीजन.
instead of going into defense. Hello.
भाई IFS may I, there needs to be a lot of knowledge.
Lot of knowledge.
And lot of knowledge.
You are going in the
Okay,
wrong direction. You have to do meditation and refreshes your mind and then think that what you want to do in future.
We
I
only know
geopolitics is most related in you know army. Where is the role of geopolitics more than army? You know,
You better
China
do
and
no,
Pakistan.
IFS, taking our diplomatic relations with other countries at peak.
Okay, I will definitely try. But as far as I am eligible for CDS and AFCAT examination, I
Why are
will
you trying for
be
Delhi
trying for
Police
that also.
if you
Oh,
have
just
a
a
better
family,
option?
just just a backup because I don't have that much family built.